What's going on, all of you fantastic freelancers? My name is William, and we've got a lot to go over from today's Devstream hosted by Jesse Anderson and Chris Schmidt. And apologies for the quality of the audio if it seems a little bit off. I'm currently out of town and not in my usual studio. Special thanks real quick to iGame for the stream notes. A link to his channel will be in the description. First up from the stream is the Elysium caches, which I know many of you are excited for, including me. For those of you who didn't know by now, the caches contain cosmetic items that can be claimed once a day by defeating a stronghold boss and looting their chest with a key. You can only get one of these keys a day, but you can earn it by completing a daily challenge. And determining which daily challenge gives you that reward has gotten a whole lot easier. You can now head over to Lucky Jack's area where you can find all of your daily objectives. Specifically, it will showcase which daily objective you will need to complete, and you will always be able to see how many keys you will have at the top left-hand corner of your screen. I'd recommend you going into these strongholds with all 4 people carrying a key, that way you can get all the loot from all 4 chests. Though cosmetics are not the only thing you can get from these chests. You can also get crafting materials such as a stack of 30 Masterwork Embers. My only hope is that they refrain from giving us rare or uncommon embers, as that would really grind my gears. There are also massive changes coming to the strongholds aside from the caches, which the stream chat blew up about. First up, you will no longer have to be put into a stronghold that has progressed further than 2 minutes in. So basically, if you go into a stronghold and you progress further than 2 minutes in, no one else can join your instance. Now for the loot side of things. As many of you may have noticed, the bosses at the end of the strongholds do not currently drop legendaries. This was due to an algorithm that capped at guaranteed masterworks. Now, aside from that guaranteed masterwork, you will also have a chance of getting a legendary drop from the boss, at supposedly a much higher chance than any other activity in the game. In addition, bosses will now drop more loot, as well as all chests in the game. Next up is possibly one of my favorite things from the entire list of changes. At long last, there is no load screen to go into the forge, and you can now access it from anywhere in the fort. That's right, no more loading screens for the forge. You can go into the forge from anywhere. You may have also noticed that there has been some improvements to the Forge UI, such as a new sheet to the side that shows all of your components listed as well as your weapons and gear. While this isn't a true stat sheet yet, I get the feeling one isn't too far away. I'm personally a big fan of this minor UI change though, and it really shows that they are listening to our feedback. Next up is Legendary Missions, which will be a daily, more difficult versions of past storyline missions. You can play them as much as you want, get to experience the cutscenes all over again, and have a high chance of getting some really great drops. They can be found with their own unique launch icon that looks something like 3 triangles stacked on top of one another. You will not have to go and talk to like Halleck, Faye, Owen, or whoever else to get these missions. You can access them straight from the map. But not only are there chests at the end, but there is also an apex creature, such as a Luminary, Ursix, Fury, Titan, and so on, that are essentially harder versions of legendary enemies, all of which drop loot at higher variables. Field of View has also been added for PC players, which looks absolutely stunning. I can't wait to take some photos or record without the HUD very soon. Also coming for PC players, especially the owners of RTX cards, is the DLSS support that will be coming with 103. Mentioned once again is optimizing for performance. As always, is an ongoing and never-ending process for the devs, and they are always constantly working on it. Now, for those of you, like me, who are wanting more of the story of Anthem, the main cast has just finished another mocap session for the game. I estimate that we will be seeing more stories sometime after May, but don't quote me on that. As far as your consumables go, they are now sorted not only by their rarity, but also alphabetically. So your uncommon, rare, and epic consumables for your shields, for example, will always be right beside each other, and not on opposite sides of the crafting list where you have to actually hunt them down to craft them. Also, according to Jesse and Chris, salvaging is a lot snappier in the vault, but how remains to be seen, I suppose. Now, for you Interceptor mains, you no longer have to smash your melee button to perform your melee attacks. You can now hold it and move position as much as you want. However, this will not be the case for your ultimate. Jesse did say though that if the change is enjoyed enough, they will include it to the ultimate ability as well. Personally, I don't get why they didn't include it with the ultimate as well for 103. With the update, you can either change between constantly pressing or holding the Interceptor's melee, so you have that option. But why not just make it for the ultimate as well? You already know the feedback is going to be stellar from it. Thrusters and overheat dials have been improved by 20%, so you can stay airborne longer and you can cool down a whole lot faster. Storm mains, rejoice! Now, there are significant buffs and changes coming to components and other items across the board. One example that was given was the Masterwork Flamethrower Fist of Havoc. Previously, you would have to kill an enemy for it to deal more damage. Now, if it just touches them, it stacks automatically. Now, I know a lot of you have been complaining about the fog walls, me included. Most, if not all of the fog walls have been fixed. Now, there may be 1 or 2 left after the patch, but if this happens to you, just select respawn from the map and it will push you forward with your team. Quick play is being worked on in certain circumstances. For instance, once a quick play mission has reached a 15-minute timer, you won't be able to be match made in that mission. That saves you from those ungodly loops of broken quick plays. The damned interactive bugs have been fixed, which is beyond a relief. I can't tell you how many times I couldn't open a door in Tyrant Mine or resed a down teammate due to this bug. I know many of you, including myself, were upset about the Interceptor and Colossus themed Ascari sets not being in the recent reset. Apparently, they will be released with the featured store reset for 103 when it releases on Tuesday, or supposedly on Tuesday. Either way, we've got a little bit more of a wait until we get them. They are also looking into more ways for organization for your gear, your sets, your armor, and so on. They are also looking into more ways for optimization for your gear, attachments, and so on. You will also now be able to see where world events are occurring on the map during free play. Lastly, there are apparently 13 pages of notes coming to this update, and we will be sure to keep you all informed on all of them as they are released. But there you have it, freelancers. I'd call that a pretty great dev stream. Loot drops are increasing, which fixes about, I'd say 45% of the loot problem. The next stream will be in a few weeks, which will be more than likely covering the Sunken Stronghold, which I know many of you are looking forward to. But what did you like the most from this stream? Let me know in the comment section below, as I really do read through all of your comments, and I respond as I am able. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe for more content on your game, Anthem. A special thanks to my patrons and channel members for their support of your Anthem. Your patronage allows me to make videos just like this one, and your monumental support also enables me to make constant improvements to the channel, and for that, I am forever humbled and grateful to you all. I hope all of you fantastic freelancers have a phenomenal day as ever, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all in the next video very soon. Onwards and upwards, freelancers. Excelsior.